All right. Good morning, everybody. Early morning crypto talk. Bitcoin Brandon here. Ready to learn some new information today. I got to tell you, I can't keep up anymore. Even though I'm doing 2 crypto talks a day, there's still more information piling in. I would say it has doubled over the last couple of months. News and things that's going on around the world. That's a good sign about this trend, but I can't keep up. So I will do my best to try to sift through what I feel are the most relevant articles, but I still read everything. Reading's fundamental. So good morning, Miss Kathy Keene from Hawaii. Benita, Gerald, Michael, Charles, Darnell, Ellie, Bethany, I'm reading your article this morning. As a disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be dispensing financial advice. I read the news, share my opinion, give suggestions, and it is up to you to make an informed decision on what you would like to do. I have 4 rules I live by in the crypto space. Number 1, education is key. More than you can imagine. Number 2, never invest money you cannot afford to lose. Number 3, always get your return on investment back as fast as possible. And number 4, where do you see yourself 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? Find a vehicle that's going to make that happen. Remain focused on it. Do not get distracted. You have limited resources and there are so many obstacles and distractions in the crypto space. Stay focused. This does not guarantee you will have success, but at best, you will be able to limit your risk. And that's the most that you can ask for. Good morning, Richard and Terry and Kevin. All right, let's go ahead and get started with a couple of articles this morning. I'm going to try to go fast through some of these to get to some of the main ones. Let's see here. Cryptocurrency exchange Kraken will probably pursue SEC regulation. Now, anytime I hear the SEC being mentioned, I want to read that article. I want to know what's going on. What is the government doing? What are they thinking? They seem to have been flip-flopping lately. So, let's see what this has to say. San Francisco-based cryptocurrency exchange Kraken will probably register with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission as a broker-dealer and an alternative trading system, the company's chief executive said on Tuesday. We would probably get registered as a broker-dealer and then an ATS. Kraken co-founder and CEO Jesse Powell told Bloomberg in an interview in New York, where he was attending industry mega conference Consensus. I don't think it necessarily helps the business. I think we're doing everything right anyway. At present, Kraken and most other cryptocurrency exchanges operate in the U.S. as money transmitter businesses, which are regulated at that state level. Fellow San Francisco headquartered exchange Coinbase has also reportedly discussed registering as a broker-dealer. Earlier this year, the SEC issued a bulletin warning cryptocurrency exchanges not to list security tokens without registering as a national securities exchanges and threatening to pursue enforcement action against platforms that list unregistered securities. Registering as an ATS, a trading venue that is regulated differently from public stock exchanges, would give the SEC more authority to supervise the platform. It could also make the SEC less inclined to pursue enforcement action against the exchange for listing tokens that the exchange later deems to be unregistered securities. That's an interesting way around it. In other words, they're going to be able to list more coins if they do so, and not have to wait for the coin itself to be registered with the SEC. We'll see how they walk that fine line. Looks like the SEC is compromising on this one. It says, however, registering as an ATS is an arduous process, and Powell, you think? And Powell said it would only do so if the SEC would provide more clarity about the regulatory status of cryptocurrencies and ICO tokens. Yeah, because they're flip-flopping all over the place. In any case, though, the comments are notable, particularly given Powell's stance toward regulators that he believes are hostile to the industry. Recently, former New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman launched an inquiry into the operations of cryptocurrency exchanges, including companies like Kraken, that do not currently operate in the state. Many exchanges willingly complied, but Powell criticized them for kowtowing toward this kind of abuse and said that Kraken would not respond to the probe. Soon after, Schneiderman was forced to resign in disgrace when 4 women accused him of physical abuse, setting Powell up to deliver a withering punchline during a panel at Consensus. Oh, he went there. He went petty, huh? He says, it felt like a slap in the face, Kraken's Powell says of former Attorney General Schneiderman's inquiry. But then we found out he was actually slapping people in the face. If you haven't been following the news, you're not going to know what went down there. It's part of the Me Too movement. All right, the AG doesn't have any authority over us, Powell added. And that's true, because they're not even in the state. So he's correct on that. They don't have any power over us. 2 things I really hate are bullies and hypocrites, and this guy is both. Later in the talk, Powell said that he foresees Kraken, which is currently privately held, going public in the future. And when it does, he hopes that the company's shares will be tokenized. If we could find a way to do that, to have the company stock traded as a token, I think that would be awesome, he said. I think so too. It would give more people an option to, or the ability to be a part of it, to jump in. All right, let's go to the next article. If I read these articles without too much commentary, maybe I can get through them much faster. Yeah, that's not going to happen. All right, CFTC executive urges federal agencies in the U.S. to quickly clarify Ether's status. And why? Because they're already trying to clarify Bitcoin as not a security, but they didn't really say if. What about Ether? So let me put this article in the chat box. Okay. The cryptocurrency debate seems to be back, and this time it has fallen on the Ether, ETH, as authorities in the U.S. face pressure to decide whether it should be classified as a cryptocurrency or as a commodity. Commodity Futures Trading Commission Commissioner Brian Quintens stated on Monday, May 14th, that exchanges have shown interest in providing Ether derivatives to their clients. According to Quintens, staff members from Securities and Exchange Commission and the CFTC have been meeting to discuss whether Ether should be classified as a security. It is not the first time that the CFTC and the SEC are working together. They teamed up earlier to combat cryptocurrency fraud, which, by the way, I already read an article that it represents less than 0.5% of all cryptocurrency transactions as fraud. But they want to highlight that. And to make sure that there is fairness in the securities market and that investors are protected. In March 2018, the CFTC released a document in which it stated that it would reward anyone who came forward with information that could help bring to justice 2 actors in the market that are responsible for pumps and dumps. That's not hard to... What are you talking about? Just look at CoinMarketCap. Look at the top 100 coins. Specifically, look at coins 50 to 100. And when you see the entire market doing one thing, and then all of a sudden one coin all of a sudden has a 80% jump or a 140% jump, while all the other coins are not, and then all of a sudden it drops by 70%, it's obvious. Well, you need to hire people. If you're educated on this yourself, agency, then you can see it yourself. Education is important. All right. A federal judge recently ruled that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies can be regulated as commodities. In a court case involving a fraud lawsuit filed against a firm called CoinDrop Markets, which was founded by Patrick McDonnell. The ruling reinforced the CFTC's determination of cryptocurrencies as commodities in 2015. During his speech, At a consensus in New York, Quintens told reporters that there are a lot of significant issues that need to be dealt with. He revealed that they are working on sorting them out, although they did not have a definite timeline. However, he hinted that it might take a few months rather than days, given the lengthy decision-making process in the case of Ether. The SEC and the CFTC have spent months trying to put an end to the jurisdictional issues that have been revolving around cryptocurrencies as the global appetite for these digital currencies rises. The SEC argued that most of the ICOs are categorized under unregistered securities. The CFTC gave the green light for Bitcoin futures in December 2017. The SEC and the CFTC have spent months trying to put it into... Wait. Read that. One of the reasons why the talks pertaining whether or not Ether should be classified as securities are taking long is because it is a highly sensitive price topic. The price of Ether might dive if the SEC classifies it as a security. This might end up causing heavy losses, especially for retail investors who have been betting on the cryptocurrency. Then don't classify it as a security. That's simple. That's simple. The reason why they don't want to do that right out, because the moment they don't classify it as a security, they don't have jurisdiction anymore. See that? SEC won't have jurisdiction. It's not a security. They have no say-so anymore. The reason for the expected decline if the regulatory authority decides to classify Ether as a security is the fact that none of the significant cryptocurrencies based in the U.S. are registered as securities exchanges with the SEC. Ether's current market cap is approximately $70 billion. Wow, I remember when that was like $10 billion. However, such staggering figures have raised concerns from regulatory watchdogs who have been trying hard to bring some regulation into the cryptocurrency market with the goal of making it safer for investors. This is in light of the increasing instances of fraud in the industry. What increasing instances of fraud? That's already been proven false. However, I do like the fact that they are thinking of the impact of the decisions that they make. Because in 2017, there were a lot of companies that were not scams, that were not intent of having any type of exit scam, that were providing a service for the community and people making a whole lot of money. And when you have people making money, what do they do with that money? They spend it. It goes into the economy. They pay their taxes, hopefully. They pay their bills. They buy homes. They buy cars. They're not on the government welfare anymore. That's only good for the economy. But then you want to crack down and throw down some laws and rules and regulations, which makes these companies pull out or shut down, and the people who are now making money are now broke again. How's that helping? You're causing the problem. In an attempt to save everybody, you hurt everybody. How many times have we seen that happen over and over and over again? All right, enough of that article. Let's go on to the next. This one is actually sent to me this morning by Bethany. Bethany Gibbs. Cryptocurrency has already made you rich. You just didn't notice it yet. Let's see. And as I'm saying that, a new article just popped up. SEC unveils fraud ICO to educate investors. Okay. I'll open that one up next since we were just talking about it. You know what? Actually, I'm going to open up that right now. I want to stay in the same flow. And then we'll get to Bethany's article. So let me open this. This is brand new right now, 2 minutes old. Let me copy and paste. Since the SEC wants to talk about fraud, who are they highlighting? This SEC has created a scam. What? They created a scam coin? Okay. The SEC has created a scam coin ICO to teach would-be investors what they should look out for before investing in such projects. The regulator has launched a fake coin offering website dubbed Howie, all in an effort of warning investors about fraudulent cryptocurrencies. HowieCoins.com mimics a bogus coin offering in a bid to educate investors on what to watch out for before investing. Some of the red flags that investors are advised to watch out for include promises of high returns, celebrity endorsements, as well as false claims, and ICO is SEC compliant. The fraudulent ICO goes on to claim that investors stand to receive 1 to 2% returns daily. Yeah, I can tell you that. A common phenomenon with fraudulent token sales. The site also features testimonials and a list of team members all touting the project's credibility and ability to generate long-term value. You know what? You know what will be funny? Because that is what people are looking for. If they just, without warning everybody that's a scam, if they drop that out there, right? And say, we've got a new ICO called Howie Coins. We are promising 1 to 2% daily returns. We have a celebrity endorsement. Yeah, Kim Kardashian. And then we've got testimonials from other people in the community who are backing the coin. Launches in 14 days. I guarantee you they get $5 million, $5 to $10 million raised within 30 days. Because that's what people want. They want to hear a guarantee. They want 1 to 2%. They haven't realized yet it's illegal. Stay away from it. And Kathy's right. That is why education is important, and KGX does that. We teach you this stuff. So it states, we anticipate over 1% daily returns with double 2% returns on tier 1 investors in pre-ICO stage secured purchases. The average registered coin return over a 2-month period in 2017 was an amazing 72%. The SEC has gone to great lengths to provide insights, having included a fake white paper, which many fake ICO frequently include to prove their credibility. The SEC also created fake Twitter accounts of the celebrities that endorsed the ICO. And by clicking the Buy Coins Now, one is redirected to educational tools and tips that the SEC says provides clear-cut information about fraudulent ICOs. They should just redirect that to KGX. We'll help you out, SEC. Redirect it to KGX. We got you covered. Fraud ICOs are easy. According to the SEC, the launch of the Howie website was prompted by the fact that the ICO market has been encroached by bad actors, all looking to scam unknowing investors. We embrace new technologies, but we also want investors to see what fraud looks like. So we built this educational site with many of the classic warning signs of fraud. Distributed ledger technology can add efficiency. You know what? This needs to be made. Let me go back to because they have a link here to their educational tools, huh? We might need to make a training video off of this. Let me take a look at it real quick. Investor.gov Howie Coins. If it's good enough, we'll make a video off of this and include it in the future. So that's still loading up. Let's go back to the article. All right, the SEC was able to build the Howie website in record time, an indication of how easy scammers can come up with such sites, filled with jargon to lure investors into phony deals. The unveiling of the education website comes at a time when regulators around the world are becoming increasingly concerned about the risks most ICOs pose to mom-and-pop investors. The SEC, for example, has more than a dozen investigations into projects believed to have duped investors. All right, the site can't be reached. Oh, here we go. Investor.gov. ICO Howie Coins. Red flag claims. Celebrity endorsements. Yeah, I might do another video based off of this. I'll save that one. All right, ICO scrutiny. A push to provide insight about fraudulent ICO projects does not come as a surprise, as a number of people have seen their hard-earned money go to waste in such projects. There have also been reports that some of them are being used to launder money obtained by criminal means. A study carried by Satish Group has already shown that nearly 81% of ICOs carried last year have already collapsed, and in the process closed shop with people's money. If the people didn't pull it out soon enough. The rate at which most of them are collapsing has left regulators with no choice but to swing into action and try to prevent such incidents from happening in the future. ICOs remain vulnerable to misrepresentation as well as fraud and manipulation. The fact that most of them are usually structured in such a way that they are not subject to supervision all but raises the risk that investors get exposed to. All right, that's a good article. Let's go back to Bethany's article here. Cryptocurrency has already made you rich. Really? You just didn't notice it yet? That's right, Kathy. GreenX is not an ICO. All coins will be mined. When your alt bags are weighing heavy on and you haven't checked your portfolio in days. When your long has been liquidated and that ICO has taken your ether and fallen silent. When regulators are cranking up the rhetoric and FUD, which is fear, uncertainty, and doubt, is the only acronym in town. When all of these things conspire against you, it's easy to get downhearted and forget about the many ways in which crypto has already made you rich. Crypto can be a cruel mistress. Hey, how long is this article? Ooh, this is a longer than expected. All right, but I'll continue. Okay, crypto can be a cruel mistress, giving with one hand and taking away with the other. One moment she's rushing you to the top of the roller coaster with your heart in your mouth and your blockfolio in your hand. The next, she's plunging you into the deepest of dips, drowning your gains and obliterating all hope. At those low points, it's easy to feel despondent. You were promised the moon and left in the gutter. With the jeers of your co-workers and spouse still ringing in your ear, you hold or hodled, I hate that word, when you were supposed to, bought the dip and had sense to avoid BitConnect. Oh, he threw in a BitConnect jab. Who's the author here? Oh, figures. Kai Sedgwick. I can't stand this dude. You even read the white paper of that ICO you bought into. All 51 pages of it. And what have you got to show for it? Zip, nada, diddly squat. Perhaps you were just destined to stay poor. Or perhaps you just misunderstood what it means to be crypto rich. Really? Okay, what does it mean to be crypto rich, Kai? I already don't like you, so I'm negative on your article. But let's keep going here. Who taught you to 2FA everything after years of sloppy OPSEC? Crypto did that. No, KGX did that. Who gave you a fundamental understanding of Austrian school economics and the ability to spot an inverted H&S at 100 paces? Crypto did that. Who taught you to value your privacy long before Facebook began leaking it? And who helped you swap your World of Warcraft addiction for an unquenchable craving for knowledge? Cryptogenics. Who instilled a passion to learn that you haven't experienced since you were in kindergarten? What did I just talk about yesterday? Passion. I am passionate about this. Who taught you that the only person in this life who you can rely on is yourself? And that only through taking control of your data, your education, and your vocation can you control your destiny. Oh yeah, crypto did all that. You see the graph below? That's not Bitcoin. That's your brain on Bitcoin. Okay, he's getting a little silly here. Let's see. Think back to when you first discovered crypto. be it last year, 2013, or way back at the beginning. Now think of the pre-crypto, you and the version that exists today. Odds are they feel like two different people. If the cryptoverse has captivated you like it does to so many who drift into this realm, the you of today is likely to be smarter and more inclined to question everything. That's correct. An autodidact intent on grabbing life by the cojones rather than letting it slip through your fingers. Sure, there are bound to be trade-offs along the way. Perhaps you've turned into that guy who always brings up Bitcoin at parties, or that girl who now has crypto trader in all her social bios. You might find you've less in common with your former friends, and after a couple of tequilas are prone to embarking on rants about the turpitude of ASIC boost and why Bram Cohen is probably Satoshi. Bitcoin isn't guaranteed to make you a better person, but it's almost certain to have made you a wiser and more self-deterministic one. As the saying goes, give a man crypto and you feed him for a day. Teach a man crypto and you feed him for life. Oh, I like that term. I'm going to have to incorporate that into cryptogenics. The truth is, you could walk away from all of this tomorrow and crypto would have set you up for life. That is true. And I said it before. If you want to survive and thrive the rest of this century, you need to. It is not a luxury. It is a necessity that you have cryptocurrency education and knowledge. It's a necessity. And the average person doesn't even know why. That's how scary this is to me. So the truth is, you can walk away from all of this tomorrow and crypto would have set you up for life. Not financially necessarily, but in every other respect, you're better equipped than you've ever been for anything the world may throw at you. That's true. And there is not a 51% attack or exchange hack in the world that can change that. Quantum computers could pop every private key and burn this whole damn cryptocurrency revolution to the ground, and you'd emerge digitally poor, but inestimably richer. It turns out that Bitcoin's killer feature isn't blockchain or decentralization, it's knowledge. I agree. It's knowledge. Lack of knowledge will force people not to engage because they had one bad experience. So I agree with that, Kai. Good job. Sure, brains alone won't pay the bills, but the skills you've acquired since entering the space and will continue to acquire for every day you remain will benefit you more than any 10-time altcoin ever could. Cryptocurrency has already made you rich. You just didn't notice. That is absolutely correct. He's correct on that. They can't take away your knowledge. And your knowledge is priceless. The knowledge you have is going to make you $1 million and more in the crypto space. So, although I don't like this guy, this author, he is correct in his assessment. So thank you for sharing that one with me, Bethany. All right, let's go on to another article here. National cryptocurrencies. Are they unnecessary evils? We talked about national cryptocurrencies yesterday. The Fed coin, or was that last? I don't think I did it last night. Yesterday morning. The Fed coin, the petrodollar, petro coin, the ruble coin from Russia. Are they unnecessary evils? All right, let's go back to the article. As the popularity of cryptocurrencies continues to rise, investors are getting more interested in the industry. Governments are not being left behind either. They are increasingly noticing the rising adoption of cryptocurrencies and sending mixed reactions. Most countries have allowed cryptocurrencies to exist in their jurisdictions. However, some have moved to regulate them, while others, like Ecuador and Nepal, have declared them illegal. All in all, many governments now understand the cryptocurrency phenomena is not a passing cloud. It ain't going away. Increasingly, they see cryptocurrencies as potential disruptors of the global financial structure. In a communique Issued at the close of the G20 summit in March this year, global economic leaders acknowledged that cryptocurrencies and blockchain have the potential to improve the efficiency and inclusiveness of the financial system and the economy more broadly. And that was a change, because before that, they were all talking about the negativity of it, the crime, the fraud, and whatnot. Now they're looking at it and say, hey, wait a minute, this technology can actually benefit us. The decision to create national cryptocurrencies is mostly influenced by the potential benefits they are likely to offer governments and their citizens. Cutting the middleman. Governments feel that cryptocurrencies would lower transaction costs and thereby increase access to financial services, benefiting millions of unbanked citizens. That is true. A Big Brother tool. A state cryptocurrency will allow governments to track all your transactions. That's true. Already, most of the transactions are tracked, but with cash, a peer-to-peer anonymous instrument out of the picture, and state-sponsored cryptocurrencies in action would imply all citizens' transactions will be at the disposal of the government. That's true. Hedge against sanctions. In some instances, governments decide to introduce national cryptocurrencies to avoid international sanctions, as is with the case Russia and Venezuela. From the look of things, digitalization of currencies seems inevitable. Countries like Sweden and Norway have plans to go cashless sooner than later. Governments are not only getting into the cryptocurrency space, but are opting to launch their national digital currencies. In the recent past, several governments have made public their plans to develop national cryptocurrencies. Currently, only Venezuela has a functional cryptocurrency, the Petro, that is accepted as legal tender nationally. A host of other countries, including China and Russia, are in the process of developing their digital currencies. Last year, China created a prototype cryptocurrency that it plans to introduce alongside the country's main digital currency, the renminbi. A quick review of history shows that the advent of the internet in the 80s and 90s enhanced interconnectedness at the cost of privacy. While it facilitated quick access to information and created space for people to express themselves on blogs, social networks, and forums, it has changed our lifestyles radically, ending user privacy. As conceptualized initially, cryptocurrencies are aimed at restoring this privacy. In the early 90s, an informal group called cypherpunks encouraged proactive utilization of cryptography and broad application of privacy. A document that released by the group testifies of their commitment to online anonymity. And part of the cypherpunks manifesto states, "We, the cypherpunks, are dedicated to building anonymous systems. We are defending our privacy with cryptography." Why can I say that? With anonymous mail forwarding systems, with digital signatures, and with electronic money. That was back in '88 when they said that. 10 years before Bitcoin. They were talking about electronic money. More than a decade after Satoshi Nakamoto developed and published Bitcoin's white paper in 2009, the sole purpose of Bitcoin was to exist without government interference. In essence, Bitcoin was reinvented money, allowing every single person to access a borderless, global financial system. However, 9 years down the line, the financial privacy brought about by cryptocurrencies is under threat as different countries seek to develop their national cryptocurrencies. The implications are enormous because governments will have full control of their country's national cryptocurrencies, monitoring the flow of funds using blockchain while asking citizens to follow Know Your Customer guidelines, KYC guidelines. This unrestricted access to data relating to transactions embedded on a permanent ledger is a disaster. It infringes on the financial freedom and privacy that cryptocurrencies were intended to promote. All right, that's partly true. It's not one or the other. The governments can come out with their own crypto coin all day. It's not going to stop Bitcoin. I mean, it's not going to stop it. They're going to create their own type of blockchain that they control. That's fine. But don't forget what the people want. The people don't want another state-backed currency that the government controls, because then the same thing that happened in 2008 is going to happen again. People want independence. And that's why the blockchain and cryptocurrency community will not go away, even if the Fed coin, the ruble coin, the petrol, all that stuff happens. All right, next article here. I think I'm moving at a good pace right now. Bitcoin mining could use 0.5% of world's electricity energy in 2018. Bitcoin mining. So let me put this link in the chat box. A recently released peer-reviewed article by blockchain evangelist and financial economist Alex DeVries deployed a novel methodology to determine Bitcoin's energy usage a few years from now, and the estimated results are certainly astonishing. Published on May 16th on Joule, DeVries made use of complex economic models coupled with publicly available electricity costs and mining statistics, with the intentions of producing a scientific paper that companies and individuals can use based on their research. According to DeVries, the worldwide minimum current requirement of Bitcoin is 2.55 gigawatts, equivalent to the electricity usage of Ireland, the world's 118th largest country by land mass. The researcher also states that this amount equals to 0.5% of the world's total electricity usage. Furthermore, every transaction via the Bitcoin network uses up enough electricity to power an average home in the Netherlands. DeVries, who currently works with PwC Netherlands, believes that the world's pioneer cryptocurrency may end up using 7.7 gigawatts to power its network by the end of this year, a figure equal to the electricity usage of Austria. The huge costs associated with Bitcoin mining, a process that timestamps transactions and performs extensive calculations, have been a subject of criticism for years. And with the increase in the network size, the costs are further poised to grow, possibly consuming 5% of the world's total electricity in the future. He says, you are generating numbers the whole time, and the machines you're using for that use electricity. But if you want to get a bigger slice of the pie, you need to increase your computing power. So there's a big incentive for people to increase how much they're spending on electricity and on machines. This is another reason why we like Green X. The Green X machines are going to take over, cut down on the power. Applying economic principles to Bitcoin protocol highly suggests the network reaching a point of equilibrium, which would see the miners' Bitcoin incentives become equal to the computing, hardware, and electricity costs involved. With that in mind, DeVries extrapolated present data to that of the equilibrium point to determine electricity costs and economic implications in running the Bitcoin network during that period. In other words, whoever comes out with technology that is going to bring the cost of electricity and power consumption down, therefore increasing your your profit, is going to make a killing. Oh wait, there is a company doing that called GreenX. Oh wait, Cryptogenics is selling GreenX mining rigs. Hint, hint. A telling point remains that of utilizing public data, which DeVries feels could be misleading. Mining companies like Bitmain are highly secretive operations, and official documents pertaining to their operations are largely unavailable. Brandon, how come I don't have too much information on the Cryptogenics mining rigs? You got a company like Bitmain that you don't even know what they're doing. There's a reason for that. Sometimes the best information we've got is really shaky eyewitness accounts. That's the stuff we have to work with. The researcher believes that his paper can be referred to by governments and regulatory bodies prior to placing restrictions or introducing laws, as its peer-reviewed scientific nature supersedes that of anecdotal evidence and weakly researched publications. All right, let's go on to the next article. Making some good time here. Ukraine. What's going on with Ukraine? Ukraine drafts law to legalize cryptocurrencies, fuels debate in crypto community. All right, Let's read this article. Paste. What's going on with Ukraine? And why are they legalizing? Another article just popped up. You see what I said? I can't keep up with this. Bears beware. Bitcoin price will reach record highs this year. I got to save that one for tonight. For late night crypto talk. Okay, let's go back to Ukraine. Ukraine is drafting legislation to legalize cryptocurrencies and ask members of the crypto community to participate. And boy, did they. Alexei Mushak, a member of the Ukrainian parliament, posted a notice on his Facebook page May 15th. He said the Ukrainian government is preparing to legalize virtual currencies and asked for input from cryptocurrency experts. Below is the draft proposal for the general regulation of this market. These are the outcomes of many people's work and meetings. There's still a lot left to figure out. The final version will be ready in 2 weeks. Please comment and edit thoughts from the participants. Free and transparent market. Mushak then posted a link to a Google document detailing the proposed law, whose goal is to establish rules for cryptocurrencies to promote the use of blockchain technology and the establishment of a free and transparent market in Ukraine. The document is aimed at the creation of a transparent cryptocurrency market in Ukraine, Mushak wrote. It is also proposed for stimulating the use of blockchain technology in social spheres, such as healthcare and education, as well as preventing unsubstantiated criminal prosecutions of cryptocurrency holders by the law enforcement agencies. Wow, another article just popped up. Bahrain turns to blockchain for creating what? For creating world-class IDL issuance system. These countries are all dropping like dominoes right now. I can't keep up. I'm trying. Let's go back to Ukraine. The document also states that the law's purpose is to prevent cryptocurrencies from being misused for money laundering and terrorism financing. Again, cut the crap. Less than 0.5% has to do with money laundering. 99% of the US dollars of all money laundering is used by US dollars. So stop the self-righteousness. All right, enough of that article. You got the hint. Is there another one that I should cover? Or wait till tonight? I got to get these off my desk. So here's one. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but this is important information, especially when the debate comes to whether Bitcoin is going to be the coin of the future that the world is going to adopt for day-to-day trade and currency. And I say no. I say there's going to be better technology that's going to come out that's going to be able to do what Bitcoin was intended to do. And Bitcoin will always be a store of value in the digital gold in the crypto space. So this article talks about Bitcoin Cash, because I said I don't know what that other coin's going to be. It could be Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, a coin that hasn't even come out yet. But Bitcoin Cash seems to be leading that way. 32 MB blocks means Bitcoin Cash is prepared for mass adoption. What is that? Why is that important? Bitcoin is only 2 MB. 2. Bitcoin Cash is now 32. Means it can hold far more data. Far more information. It can scale, meaning it can handle the volume that's going to come in, the amount of people that's going to be using it. So on May 15th, the Bitcoin Cash network upgraded the chain's base block size from 8 MB to 32 MB. The software advancement makes blocks big enough to process lots of transactions over time, which gives developers plenty of breathing room to adjust the size if it starts getting closer to its limit. Unfortunately, many misdirected individuals assume the BCH chain will start processing 32 MB blocks right away, which could lead to a blockchain that's much larger in gigabyte size and takes longer to download. However, this is not the case right now because BCH miners process blocks that are often still under 1 MB as the 32 MB code is only set to ensure the network is capable in the future. So what I see from this, Bitcoin Cash is preparing for something, because there's no need for this technology today. But tomorrow, they're building their foundation. All right, let's see another article. I was going to say bears beware for tonight. Bahrain, I'll say that for tonight. How about this one? Former UBS president joins cryptocurrency company as CEO. So this will be my last article for today, this morning. All right. Former USB president Karen Chin is now the chief executive officer of financial technology group Higgs Block Technology. Chin is another example of a financial veteran that decided to jump from the financial industry to the blockchain sector. However, according to a phone interview with Bloomberg, Chin mentioned that she left UBS in October for personal family reasons. Chin initially started working with the Singapore-based blockchain company in December. Higgs Block Technology is, however, quite a young company. They were founded in August 2017, but have expanded relatively quickly. Higgs Block Technology currently has 5 subsidiaries, including Higgs Chain, BitUn FinTech, Higgs Consulting, Higgs Exchange Group, and Exchange Technology. The group also includes CoinSuper, a token exchange. These businesses overlap between blockchain technology, financial management, consulting, and one-stop exchange solutions. Bloomberg also pointed out that there has been an increasingly growing number of financial professionals that have joined the cryptocurrency industry. The trend is, however, significantly less for Chinese executives due to the regulatory crackdowns. However, while the government is strict on cryptocurrencies, blockchain technology remains highly relevant for Chinese clients. It says there are many challenges, including security, risk management, custodian, and settlement issues, said Chin. Those important controls and risk management rules haven't all been adopted in the crypto world. That offers the business good opportunities. Oh, well, here's one. Didn't we just talk about the females? It says females in the male-dominated world of blockchain. Chin has become not only a Chinese executive jumping ship from fintech to blockchain, but is also one of the few female executives in a male-dominated blockchain sector. According to Yahoo Finance, she believes that there is a market need to disrupt the industry by integrating the cutting-edge technology with traditional financial assets and services to help sophisticated investors to bridge this gap. With blockchain and cryptocurrencies becoming a sizable disruptive force in society, unfortunately, there's exceptionally high gender inequality in the industry. What did we just talk about yesterday, ladies, or 2 days ago? While the lack of diversity has plagued both the finance and technology sectors, the number of women in cryptocurrency industry is significantly lower. As mentioned by Forbes in December 2017, only 5 to 7% of cryptocurrency users are female. Further to that, although Bitcoin created approximately $85 billion in wealth in 2017, only 5.8% of that was obtained by women. That's crazy. If I was a woman, knowing what I know, I'd be a millionaire in 6 months. I already went through this. Go to my Facebook Live the other day to see why I said that. Masha Drokova, the founder of Day One Ventures, did, however, mention to Forbes that no one really cares about your gender. They only care if you're able to deliver or not. That is true in the crypto space. The crypto space is not about gender, but more about your energy, professionalism, and speed. As a female investor and professional, I never felt more appreciated and supported in any industry than the blockchain. It comes down to education. The biggest thing that women should do, if I was a woman, and I already stated in detail what I would do if I was a woman, but I'm going to add to that. I would create my own women's movement to educate as many women as possible about crypto, especially the stay-at-home moms and the entrepreneurs. Did you know in the MLM industry, More than 70% of that industry is dominated by females. But guess what? 80% of the top money earners are men. What's wrong with that scenario? So the women have a chance right now to dominate, and there's nothing and no man or system holding them back. It all comes down to your knowledge, your pursuit of knowledge and education, and then applying that knowledge and education. Kathy Keene sure did. Kathy Keene's making a killing as a female co-owner of Cryptogenics. You have Christy Snoddy. She represents 50% of the company. She's the top position. Where are the women at? Ready for you guys to step up. All right, that's it for today, or this morning. I will be back tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern to do another crypto talk 1 hour before I do my KGX presentation. And now I'm getting really the hang of my presentations. I'm getting the hang of it now. So whoever you invite, 9 times out of 10 they're going to want to sign up. I'm just saying. Worst case scenario, 50%. So all you got to do is you want to learn more about what cryptocurrencies is all about, how to get involved, how to be able to apply this knowledge, especially getting some information about the green machines, green mining. Why we're so excited about that. You know, hop on tonight, www.kgxglobal.info. And let me type that in the chat box. www.kgxglobal.info. All right, and with that, I'll see you all tonight. Have a great day. God bless. Bye-bye.
Cryptogenics.